welcome to Behind the Drapes podcast.
Thank you.
We are here live in Costa Rica at the UFI LATAM conference. I'm Expo Rich, and we're here with Paco, and we are here learning all about the Latin American business and the trade show industry. And I was fortunate enough to carve out some time with Paco and get him off the show floor so we could have a conversation.
Nice to meet you.
Learn a little bit more about you.
Thank you.
And how it is that, well, the format here at Behind the Drapes is we always talk about the shows, we talk about the destinations and the events, but we never learn about the people.
Yeah.
And what the format that we have is just to get a little bit more about your background, how you got started. So tell us a little bit about how you got started in the industry.
Perfect. My name is Paco Luna. I live at Monterrey, Mexico. I have an organization where we do booths for exhibitions. So we construct the booths. I have offices also at Guadalajara, Mexico, and we work all over the country. I started it like by 2005, the year 2005. I started it because one of my best friends forever, he started that company named Zega at Guadalajara at 2001. And then I had to move to Monterrey. I talked to him and with my other partner, Fernando and Joaquin. And we think to start the Zega company there in Monterrey. Yeah. We have a great venue there named Cintermex, so we saw the opportunity. And by 2009, I founded this great things called podcasts. So I think to start a new podcast named Mundo Expo. Yes. It's in Spanish, but you're welcome there. And after that, I have met great people like you with this fabulous world of industry, the events industry.
Yeah, well, great. And so when you first started, you started with the building exhibitions or total exhibitions or booths?
Booths, specific booths. So the exhibitor needs, the design.
The nice design, upgraded look.
Yeah. That's our specialty.
And your background was originally design or industrial?
No. Mostly commercial. I worked in different kind of industries. I worked at the shoes industries. Mm-hmm. I worked at glass industry. I had some experience in different areas, and I wanted to start my own business. So when I talked with Joaquin Gallegos, one of my associates, one of my partners, I thought that this was a great way to start a company.
So your first exposure was attending when you were in the other industries with glass. Did you go to trade shows? Or did you go to events?
No. I knew the industry because of my partners.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they were already familiar.
Yeah.
Okay.
They were already familiar. They started the company in 2001.
I always like to find out how my guests got hooked. So
hooked
in the industry, because that's one thing that's common is when somebody who loves the industry, once you're in, you're in. You're all in. It's like, but you find out very fast if you don't love it. So so we see people
because it's a peculiar industry. If you don't like it, you get out.
It takes a
quickly.
lot. It takes a lot of energy. It takes a lot of love. And if you don't have the love, you can't give the energy.
You're right.
So throughout your career, who's been somebody that has been an inspiration to you, a mentor, a motivator?
Mostly my partners. Mm-hmm. They're in Guadalajara. They have a great experience. They have introduced me with so many people that are experts of the industry. Also, they were the first mentors, with about your question. After that, I have known, because of the podcast, many people that is very inspiring. I could mention, for example, Marco Viverti. He's somebody from the industry. He lives at Miami also.
Okay.
He has a venture capital fund named Vesubio Venture, but he has a great experience on exhibition industry, and I think he's how to say, someone who knows not only about the industry, but the future of the industry.
Your thought leader.
Yeah.
Oh, great. Oh, so actually, let's talk about how you got into podcasting. So you had the idea to start the show about exhibitions, and the focus is global, or the focus is Latin America? Or
the focus is mostly Latin America. Yeah. Okay. What happens not only in Mexico, but Central and South America, and also the trade shows on the United States that we have very close. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's one thing that what I've loved about my experiences, especially coming to UFI and going to the Global Congress, but also the UFI LATAM, it really opens up the eyes and the opportunity, and you really see how much exhibitors and show organizers tend to stay within a bubble of their own country, and they don't think they think within their walls, and they don't realize the opportunity of maybe collaborating with a similar show in Latin America,
right.
in a market. So you might have a fashion apparel show in Nashville, but then you might be a huge opportunity to partner with something in Colombia or Mexico,
right.
who then you have cross, the exhibitors get more exposure, the buyers. So, it's great for me to make these contacts and learn about new shows also, because I can take back and give value add to my customers in the U.S.
Correct.
So, yeah. And so what is something that you're looking forward to? What's the next big project that you're excited about?
I'm excited because we are starting to look at the United States market for helping Mexican companies mostly right now at the beginning, helping them to participate in exhibitions in the United States. The potential of the United States in their exhibitions is like 20-1 compared to Mexico. Wow. You can open the world. And we are working with some companies that are interested to start exhibiting there, and we are helping them to show them the steps, because Absolutely. It's very different exhibiting in United States than in Mexico. There are Absolutely. A lot of different rules, a lot of different costs. Yes. It's much higher, but the potential is great. So the one or two companies that we have helped, they repeat in the exhibition. So sure. I think that is a great way to give to the industry the opportunity to grow in their own market.
And that's exactly one of the ideas of why I've been taking so much attention to Latin America, because specifically that we want to be able to bridge between the U.S. and Latin America both ways.
Great.
We want to help Latin American companies exhibit successfully in the U.S. and also the other way, because just the same struggles that the exhibitors that they struggle in the U.S. It's completely different, but the same struggle. Yeah. So the way that people do business differently, and having relationships like this, where you understand your market, I understand my market, we can help them have a successful event. Then everybody wins, right?
Yes.
Well, thank you so much for this. This was great getting to know you. How can people find you in Monterrey? How can people find Zega? Tell everybody.
You can, to make it really easy, look at Mundo Expo in Spotify and on YouTube. And there is my forms of contact, and my email. I am a little bit more active in Twitter. It's at Paco Luna Campos. But you can look at Mundo Expo podcast, and there's
I look forward to seeing more of the podcast. And thank you so much for
being
here.
Richard.
Paco Luna.